I think this is why people script. Hey guys, so normally I don't talk on my channel. I usually am seen painting, but I wanted to make this video to answer some of the questions that I've gotten. So without further ado, let's talk about art. So one of the questions that I get all of the time is about the kind of paint that I use. I use acrylic paint for pretty much everything. Sometimes I use a little bit of watercolor, but generally I stick with acrylic. There are a few brands that I use that I'll talk about. So the first kind of brand that I use, I get Craftsmart is a brand that I use pretty often. Not as much anymore, but I still use it pretty regularly. You can buy this at craft stores. I get it at Michael's, and it's pretty inexpensive, and the reason I like it is because there are a lot of colors to choose from. It's super easy to use, and I think it's only like 60 cents a bottle. The other brand that I use is called Americana. It's a little bit more expensive. I think it's only like $1.50 a bottle, but it's a little bit higher quality. The paint is a little bit more opaque, so if you're painting, you want that super rich, vibrant color. Its pigments are a lot more intense. It gives a good color and it gives a nice look. Brands aren't that important, to be quite honest, which is one of the reasons I don't really talk about it all that much. If you have the desire to paint, if you have the desire to practice, and you're willing to listen to yourself and find what feels right, then the brands don't really matter, and the brands that do matter are going to be your own preference instead of mine. So keep in mind that while I can share my preferences with you, they may not work for you. They may not be a preference you end up having. So just keep that in mind when you kind of are starting out, that it's less about what you use and it's more about how you use it. Do I buy a black canvas or do I paint my canvas black when I'm starting a painting? Now, this is a question that I get. I can't even tell you how many times I've gotten this question, and the answer is either. If you can get a black canvas, they sell them at Michael's. I've seen them before. I have a couple. If you can get a black canvas, use the black canvas. You're saving yourself a step. If you don't have a black canvas, you just have a white one, then paint it black. The black that I use to paint my canvases black is by Americana. It's just like a lamp black. I like it because it is a little bit thicker, so you don't have to do multiple coats. It's just one and you're done. So yeah, if you find a black canvas, feel free to use it. If not, painting it is what I do. The reason I start with a black canvas is simply because it's a lot easier to layer colors onto the black than have to mix in the black later and end up ruining the progress that you've made blending the colors that you're already using. Do you practice the paintings and then record it, or do you shoot it live? With any of my paintings that I've made into a video or any finished product that I've put online is pretty much done. That's the first time I've done it. I can't think of any art that I've done that I've practiced first. Sometimes I'll sketch an idea out, but generally what you see is the process. I kind of turn on my camera and hope for the best. The reason that I like to do that is, one, because I don't really like to repeat myself with art. I don't think that I could if I tried. But you know, when I film a video, you guys get to see the mistakes or the kind of learning process, whether or not you can kind of see them or not. They're there. There's times when I mess up or I try something and it doesn't always work out, but to me that's part of the process. Basically what you guys see is from start to finish, and me working and practicing through it all. So when you see a video, take care in knowing that I am just making it up as I go. That is okay. How do you know when to stop blending so that the colors don't get muddled or kind of go crazy? And that's something that honestly you just have to learn with time and with practice. It's a matter of picking colors that go well together and then kind of working them together in a way that makes sense. And honestly, there may be like tips and tricks, and maybe I'll make that in a future video, but generally it's It's starting small, picking even 2 colors and trying to get them to blend very well together, and using small amounts of paint and just kind of testing it out. It really is just something you'll have to practice. And like I said, starting small is a little bit easier. Another question that I get a lot, and if you have an artist friend or you're an artist yourself, then you probably have heard about this before or understand this struggle, but many artists, including myself, get asked if we can paint something for you, or if we're taking commissions, or if you can buy my art. The answer to that question pretty much all of the time is going to be no. Right now I'm not taking commissions, and that's simply because I just don't have the time to. Like many artists, I have a job outside of my art that takes up the majority of my time. The art that I make is art that I'm inspired by, or that I want to make. And that's more often than not the art that you get to buy later, because I get to put it online for sale, because it's something that I just got to do in my free time, as opposed to spending all of my time making commissions and then nobody gets the opportunity to buy it except the people commissioning me. So don't take it personally. I'm just not taking requests, and it's feeling really good because then I get to spend time doing what I really love and getting better at the art that I'm making. So I also have plans soon, and I'm kind of working out the details to set up a Patreon page. For those of you who know what Patreon is, you probably know how awesome it is for artists. For those of you who don't know, Patreon is an online platform where you get to support artists so that they can keep doing the things that they love doing. But I'm still kind of working out the kinks of that, but that's something that I'm super excited about starting. And I just kind of have to work out the logistics of it. I don't know, I really like the idea of artists being supported by people who just want to see them make art, and the idea that I can give you guys something back for that is even more awesome. So that's hopefully something that I'm working out in the future. Basically, new and exciting things are coming. I've got such big ideas and such big plans, and it's just a matter of getting the time to do that. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that video. I don't want to make it too long, so hopefully some of your questions got answered. If not, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and hopefully I can make a video like this again later on with more of your questions. And until then, I will be painting, I will be around, I will be making cool things, and I hope that you are a part of it. I just want to thank everyone, whether you just subscribe to me or you've been here for a while. I just want to thank you for showing an interest in art, in my art. It really does mean the world to me to know that my art is making some kind of difference to somebody. Putting my art online is like putting a part of my soul online, and to see it being appreciated and inspiring others is absolutely remarkable. So just know that I read all of the comments. I am absolutely baffled by some of you guys and how sweet and kind and amazing you are. Whether you've written me saying that I have inspired you, or you've sent me a photo of a painting you've done yourself, just know that it's absolutely fantastic, and I welcome it 100,000%. So get out there, start painting, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys.